Welcome back everybody. Most of you are probably aware of the latest batch of photos we got from Entertainment Weekly, and they also gave us some exclusive news about the film itself. Nothing too revealing, but what little we got I'm sure will be dissected and studied in minute detail until the next trailer drops. So in one of my previous videos I gave my thoughts about a rumor that was getting larger and larger by the day, and that was Luke Skywalker had turned to the dark side and perhaps was even the main villain. Now I was leaning towards a no. I didn't believe that's the path they would have taken, but until we actually see the movie you just don't know, especially since The Last Jedi is supposed to have some big reveal in it. So Luke's statement from the trailer that the Jedi have to end, the burning of his academy, and his self-imposed exile fueled many theories, and they seem to get more elaborate by the day. But the answer to all of it seems to be the simplest one. Luke isn't evil, Luke is broken. Let's take a look at what the Entertainment Weekly exclusive says. Perhaps the only thing more unsettling than meeting your enemy is coming face to face with your hero. Here we get a feel for what the dynamic between Rey and Luke will be at the beginning of the film. This isn't the Luke she's heard about, it's not the one we know either. This is a broken man, one who would have preferred to stay lost, and he feels the same way about that lightsaber. So Luke basically quit. He doesn't want anything to do with any of it. He's fed up. So why is Luke a broken man then? Why did he quit? Well, we already kind of knew. Ben Solo was his student. He became Kylo Ren, burnt down the academy and joined the First Order. And no, it wasn't Luke who burnt his own academy down. So apart from his nephew destroying what he had spent so much time trying to rebuild, why did this act of betrayal seem to absolutely devastate Luke? Let's take a look at this part. Luke made a huge mistake in thinking that his nephew was the chosen one. So he invested everything he had into Kylo, much like Obi-Wan did with my character, Hamill says. And he's betrayed with tragic consequences. Luke feels responsible for that. That's the primary obstacle he has to rejoining the world and his place in the Jedi hierarchy. You know, it's that guilt, that feeling that it's his fault, that he didn't detect the darkness in him until it was too late. So there you have it, straight from Hamill himself. Luke feels responsible in failing his nephew. He saved his father, but the darkness is strong in their family, and he failed to save Han's and Leia's kid, who he was trusted with in helping navigate his powers. Power brings temptation, and Kylo succumbed to that temptation. So literally, Luke's role in this trilogy is to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan failed Anakin, who gave in to his temptation, but he watched over Luke and started his training. So Luke was basically his second student. Luke failed Ben Solo, who he thought was the chosen one. How many chosen ones are there supposed to be, right? But it looks like fate or the Force has brung him another student, who's obviously supposed to be the chosen one of this trilogy, and that's Rey. And what does he do? He rejects her. He's done with the whole shindig of being a teacher. Obviously though, Rey is not going to just leave. Now, I've mentioned in previous videos that I believe Rey's name is symbolic. She is Luke's ray of light out of his darkness. He will eventually sense that there's something special about her, and that this is the will of the Force. Kylo certainly sensed she was special, that's why he offered to train her. Plus, Rey's easy on the eyes, and the only other female character we've seen around him is Captain Phasma, who probably likes General Hux more. And of course, Snoke is extremely intrigued by the girl. He either wants her to take Kylo's place as his new apprentice, or perhaps she's the perfect candidate for him to transfer himself to if the whole body swapper rumor is to be believed. So it may take some time, but Luke will come around. He'll train her and might even set off to face Snoke. But if he's meant to be the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure to Rey, do they do something similar to this when Luke finally enters Snoke's throne room? With Rey's rumored new powers that allow her to see the Force itself, does Luke sacrifice himself to bring the good guys an advantage? Does he feel like he'll be better able to guide Rey in the future as a Force ghost? Now, I loved Luke growing up, so seeing him die is definitely going to suck, but it's probably inevitable. At least I'm getting the feeling that's what's going to happen here. I hope I'm wrong though, but Luke will be able to return in episode 9 and help Rey resist Snoke's temptations. So anything about Rey's origin here? Well, no, we get nothing new. But taking Luke's attitude towards her into consideration, I'd say she isn't his daughter. Even though I am a fan of her being a Skywalker. It's supposed to be about the Skywalkers, and Kylo is technically a solo. It's not about Luke, it's Rey's adventure we're looking at here. So it would make sense she's Luke's daughter and the trilogy ends with her being the last Skywalker and perhaps the Last Jedi as well, but I'm getting a feeling that's not what they went with here. The whole reincarnation, born of the Force thing could turn out to be true, but hey, who knows in the end. So what do you guys think? Is Luke's role a little bit clearer after Mark Hamill's comments? Does Rey convince him to rejoin the fight, and does he get his groove back? Leave your thoughts down below, and as always, thanks for watching and supporting everybody. Don't forget to like, share, sub, and all that good stuff. And until next time peoples, see yas.